Hello, I'm Michael Beam, and this is the Linux Show. It is July 13th, and we've got news for you.
Let's see. First off, we're sorry that we missed last week. Quite frankly, once a month we have something better to do than the Linux Show. We show up at our local 2600 chapter, and we encourage all of our viewers to do the same.
Good to have club meetings.
Yes, it is. Have more geeks to talk to. Anyway, on to the first actual bit of news, Michael.
Well, on July 10th, IBM announced that they were releasing over 150 of their patents for use by pretty much anyone. Big news for the open source community because it basically frees up a whole lot of internet protocols that they've been using proprietary.
And what license was that going to be under? Do we know?
Well,
is it just sort of
if I'm not mistaken,
license, the GPL?
If I'm not mistaken, IBM has.
Of course, but
well, if I'm not mistaken, IBM has their own semi-open source license that they're probably going to use. It definitely won't be GPL because they just wouldn't use it that way.
Okay. Let's see. The next bit of news: cups. Good old cups. It's been sold to Apple. How much for? It doesn't say how much for.
It didn't say. The original post was actually released by Michael Sweet, who was the original inventor of cups and still the head developer.
But in good news, it's still going to be released under GPL2 or GPL,
and Michael Sweet and most of the development team will be kept on even through the transition.
Let's see. Releases. We have Gobuntu was released in what version?
Well, the actual version isn't
listed.
It actually wasn't listed when I saw it, but
probably one.
Probably
Okay, we'll just say it's around one.
Right. Gobuntu, of course, is a Ubuntu that is specifically designed to be completely free source software, no proprietary chunks at all. Also, the Samba developers recently announced that they will be releasing Samba out of the GPL version 3, like they said they would, which is, of course, just one more in the pile of GPL version 3 software. It's only been a couple of weeks and there's already hundreds of programs being switched.
Let's see. I'm not sure that anyone will actually care, but CentOS released a live CD. I guess you could debug CentOS systems or,
to be honest,
convince your boss to switch to Linux with a server live CD. You gotta wonder why.
I don't see the big point of having
maybe
Red
there's
Hat.
one or two people that could find a use for it.
I don't see the big point to having Red Hat in a live CD version in the first place, but I'm sure there are people that find it useful for convincing, switching, debugging, or whatever they want to do with it.
Let's see. Another live CD released this week, or was it last? It was actually last week, wasn't it?
I think so.
Elive released what, 1?
Yeah, Elive released version 1. Crazy, of course, because
very ironic since E17 is not actually released. It was a little buggy, and okay, it was kind of really buggy. Yeah. Let's see, what else was there? Oh, and the other big release, Michael.
Oh yes, of course, the big release, the one that we've been waiting for these last 2 months, is the new kernel, the 2.6.22 kernel. It was released. It featured, well, a lot of advanced improvements, time sharing, lots of stuff in the new kernel. If you really want the detailed report, you should check out the changelog at kernel.org. And if any of you can really read that, go ahead and call us and give us a quick synopsis, because we'd be interested. That's all.
We're keeping Chris out of the room for all future filming.
Absolutely. That is the Linux Show. We are glad to bring you the Linux news, keep you up to date in the open source community, and otherwise keep you informed of what's going on.
Well, that's right. We still don't have the sign-off, do we? That really wasn't much of one, Michael.
We'll work on it.
We'll have our viewers, all three of them, write in.
Right. Well, I'm Michael Beam.
And I'm Will Hodson.
And this has been the Linux Show.